Welcome to the Clean and Simple Podcast, where leaders are helping leaders do more to be more. Whatever your work may be, we are dedicated to giving you the insights and tools we use in the field. Our people are our greatest assets, and they are here to share their unique thoughts with you.
Hello everyone, this is Lexi Exline and I'm City's Marketing Coordinator. Today I have with me our President, Colin Wetlaufer, and today we will be discussing City's First Aid. So why did we decide to create the First Aid division and why was it a good fit for our product line?
Yeah, so I think that when we really look at the customers that we want to serve and we look at the needs that those customers have, we want to have services that help them manage their businesses and facilities, and this was a natural extension. This was something that there's a need out there. There's regulation. It's hard to manage. There's a lot of moving pieces, and really that's what we specialize in, is when you have something that you need, but it's hard to manage and it's a pain, and if you outsourced it, it would make your life better. That checks the boxes of all the core things that City really needs to say, man, this makes sense for our clients. So we always start with the customer first view and say, what would they like? What opportunities exist in the marketplace? And what we found was the competitors that we now have, but the providers that were providing third-party first aid services were not at competitive price points or not offering a full service. It's interesting how that happened. There's a lot of conglomeration that's happened in that marketplace, and so you had a lot of people that had very high margins that maybe weren't good for the customer, and then you also had people that just didn't have the horsepower behind it of how to fully satisfy someone's needs. So we felt like there was a gap, and we had a lot of customers that were starting to ask for it and saying, gosh, what can you do and how can you do it? So it was a natural extension for us.
So, from a business, you're president of a company, correct?
Fact.
How important is it to you that your own employees are safe or have products to keep them safe?
Well, it's not safety first, it's safety always. And I think that's a big thing of understanding when to do things the right way. So the best way is to not have to need first aid, is to be safe right away. But things happen, and we live in a world of people, and people make mistakes, and things break, things move, little things happen. Hopefully they're very minor things. But one of the things is that we want to keep people, when people go home, they should be in the same state as what they arrived to work in. That's always the goal, right? That's really safety. And saying, you have everything that you walked in with, you walk out with, and you feel the same. So first aid really is bridging that gap of little things that you need if you need, maybe some eye wash or some first aid or some different things. And some things that become more controversial, like medications or some any kind of pills or anything that might go into a first aid cabinet. Those are things of keep people comfortable at work things. It's not about medicating the people or giving out a bunch of stuff or cough drops or whatever, but gosh, if some over-the-counter acetaminophen or a generic cough drop helps somebody be able to get through their day and execute the things that they're supposed to do, that's just great for businesses and business owners. And it's a simple thing. I mean, really, to me, first aid's like providing coffee. Every business can't do it, but do you really not want to provide coffee? So I think that there's still a lot of businesses that do it themselves, they're restrictive of it, or they look at it as an expense. But a properly managed first aid program should save you money, because you're going to save on lost time, and you're going to save on people not able to work or not working or concerned about stuff, or man, this sliver bugs me all day, versus let's just get rid of the sliver so we can do our thing. So I don't remember what the question was at this point, but I'm just filibustering. Keeping employees safe. Yeah. So
You're on topic.
Yeah. So I think that's the big thing. But it's hard because first aid and PPE is really blended, and so we're trying to take care of both needs. One is much more customer independent, and it's different across the board. And the other one is everyone needs these things. All human beings need certain things. So we usually start with first aid and then try to customize the PPE program behind it. So.
Awesome. Well, next question for you and last one with first aid is, how does us being compliant help City in the long run?
How does us being compliant help City in the long run?
Us being compliant, how does that make you feel as a business owner?
How is City's first aid program compliance? What's the question you're asking?
For other companies, like in the sense of them
helping keep them compliant?
How does that help them in the long run? But from your point of view.
Yeah, I think that anything that keeps people up at night, you want to check the boxes and eliminate those things. I think safety and first aid are really one of those things of, I tend to believe that every business owner, every senior manager wants people to have a positive experience at work. I also believe that I don't think anyone goes to work to do a bad job. I think everyone wants to do a good job, and I think anything you can do to remove obstacles from allowing people to be able to give their best and do a good job and remove worry and troublesome things. And that's what first aid and safety is. So you want it to be a trouble-free program. You want it to kind of run itself. And it's a great example of something that should just exist. And you don't see massive fluctuations with the expense side of things. And I think traditionally a lot of people stopped having managed first aid programs because they weren't economical. And that becomes a big discussion too of what's economical and properly handling that. So if we're doing a good job with that helps keep everybody going. And really that's our job, is to take care of issues that our customers have and keep them doing their business.
Thanks for listening to the Clean and Simple podcast. To find more episodes and learn about how we work, visit our website at www.citycleanandsimple.com/podcast. See you next episode.